Dr. Watson, would you kindly close the door behind you so that we can let us see what the postman brought today. Local gossip, all of it uninteresting. Your order from Barnes' bookshop has arrived, Doctor.
Barnes insists on delivering the books to our door, even though we could easily walk to his shop. That's good service.
I don't see the Strand. Where is it?
Pardon me?
I am on... A cactus spine. If it gets in your skin, it's awfully tricky to remove, and when laced with poison... You were mistaken, Dr. Watson. The paper was indeed dirtied, but not how you implied. It's potting soil. See, Watson? The conspiracy is real. Someone tried to poison me.
Poison? You? That's madness.
Get the Strand. Get your copy of the Strand here. Sorry, Mr. Holmes. I just sold my last paper.
Blast. You're a bright child. I presume you see everything. Did you see what he was up to?
Nah, not really. I saw him approaching you.
Which way did he go?
Not sure. I was distracted by...
Can you describe the man you saw?
He was carrying a lot of books.
All right. You earned your shilling. That'll be all.
That...
Come now, Mr. Holmes. Murder? Yes, Barnes has his quirks, but he also has his scruples.
Not every pawn knows it's part of a game. I could hardly imagine anything more macabre. So, Barnes has a dog now. Who's a good boy? Mr. Barnes, a word. Oh, for goodness sake.
Barnes doesn't seem like himself. Why is he acting this way?
You're asking the right questions, Doctor. The ladder is broken recently, judging by the freshness of the wood.
Apologies, but I can't hear you. Please come back later.
Basics of cryptoanalysis, cryptography in Egypt. It appears Barnes has an interesting hobby. In the language of Mycroft's secret agents, it's a sign. Dried flowers are replaced when an improvised stand, but it does make the flowers more visible. The finest view London has to offer.
The weather is dreary, isn't it? To be fair, my flowers could use the rainfall.
Encouraging people to stop and smell the roses?
Our national emblem. God save the Queen.
It must take patience and care to produce a bloom so beautiful.
I imagine so. I merely sell them.
A familiar spine? Is this what I found in my dustbin? The pot is damaged. The blow was severe, but softened by something.
Anything tickle your fancy, Mr. Holmes?
Mrs. Fleming, you look particularly lovely today. One of these things is not like the other.
Come again?
The cactus. Those fearsome spines can prove a devil to remove, and the sap is often toxic.
I'm afraid I can't help with that, Mr. Holmes.
What do you make of the flowers in Barnes' shop window?
Well, they could use... I'm just a flower seller. I'm afraid I can't help with that, Mr. Holmes.
Are you familiar with Mr. Barnes?
Yes. No, not really.
I think perhaps I have been chasing shadows.
Do not despair, Mr. Holmes. Even the best of us make mistakes. We better tell
So,
Mr. Barnes what
was
we've
it
learned.
like now? Who's a good boy? Mr. Barnes, I know what you did, and I know why you... You ordered a cactus from the plant catalogue, and then... I couldn't read this morning's...
translation and
Yes, okay. Just give me the paper. Well, that was an utter waste of time.
An assassination did seem rather unlikely. Not much further now.
Is this lousy attitude of yours because of my...
Why has the police department decided not to help? Have there been other disappearances lately?
Of course. Now, I must be off. Best of luck in your search.
Tell me about Kimihia.
He's foreign.
When did you last see your servant?
Kimihia, no.
May I see your servant's bedroom?
Is shocked.
Is there any reason Kimihia may have left? I take it this is the first time Kimihia has vanished? Did Kimihia make off with anything of value? All right, Captain. I think I have enough to get started. We shall... Chewing tobacco. A shoe print, roughly size 11, with a worn-out sole. These are a workman's boots. Looks like a knee print. Someone knelt here. The amount of chewing tobacco suggests they were waiting a while.
Amazing, Mr. Holmes. To read the ground like an open book.
This lock is quite unusual. It appears that the key should be bent to the right. Who could have left these tracks? They seem fresh. The rag reeks of smoke. Someone plugged the chimney. Someone moved a cart to this spot and then took it elsewhere. Can't see it anywhere in the garden. A scrap of Hessian. These were sturdy boxes. It would have required a serious blow to break them. Impressive. The sack of grain retained the shape of an impact. Someone hit their head here. A small navy spyglass. Button chops, the remains of a meal. A heavy chemical odor. Lend me your nose, Doctor.
I'll never forget that smell.
The ashes are long since cold.
That's an opioid, Mr. Holmes, and I'll copy.
Is this a taniwha, a Maori water spirit, or something else?
Either way, it's giving me chills.
Clothes made of Hessian. Is Stenwick really so miserly? No air coming through it. I came across a pile of Hessian clothes in the shack.
I thought you were meant to be intelligent.
Is this spyglass familiar?
I don't recognize it.
The door to your garden has an interesting lock.
This...
Do you happen to know Kimihia's shoe size? Has Kimihia ever indulged in tobacco?
No.
Surveilling from afar, the intruder waited for a window of opportunity. When Kimihia went to sleep, the man crept up to the shack and slipped narcotics down the chimney pipe, then blocked it with a cloth. Kimihia inhaled the sedative and fell into a deep sleep. The intruder tried to move him, but the man was heavier than expected. The intruder fell on the sack and dropped his spyglass. In order to transport the servant, he had to use the cart. The final challenge was opening the garden door. Luckily for our intruder, Kimihia had the key in his shack.
Remarkable. It makes total sense.
You'd best have found something by now, gentlemen.
I found the residue of narcotics in Kimihia's brazier. I fear that someone may have spied upon Kimihia. You said that you checked the shack earlier. Did you? I won't keep you in suspense any longer, Captain. Captain, you are so addled by...
The point is, Captain, we're telling you this...
Sturdy rope, professionally tied in a Portuguese bowline. This knot is often used by sailors to create a bow. Wheels picked up grass along the way. Kimihia's cart, I gather. Roy Soulsby. A strange substance. I have my suspicions.
Well, it's odorless, but from the way it absorbs water, I'd say saltpeter.
Then we're in agreement. Well done. A large pile of horse droppings. Many cigarette butts. Someone stood here for hours. There was a cab waiting here. Our abductor slipped in and then off into the night. The Strand proved not so useless after all. The saltpeter accident. Doctor, do you recall?
The Port of London. Of course. The footwear, the spyglass.
Indeed. We shall need to take a cab there.